Hello, this is Noel Sam Matthew. This video shows my third C# experiment, that is delegates and events. Delegates in C# are similar to the pointers that we have in C++. It is a reference type variable that holds the reference to a method. The reference can be changed at runtime. Delegates are especially used for implementing events and the callback methods. The delegates in C# can be implicitly derived from the system.delegate class, which is an inbuilt class. If we move on to the syntax of a delegate, we start by writing the access modifier like public, private as per the requirement, followed by the delegate keyword and then by the return type, which in this case is an int, and then followed by the name of the delegate. The delegates may or may not pass parameters, as in this case we have a string named as s. The question given to me was to write a menu-driven program in C# and .NET to perform student subject registration in CVCS using delegates. The menu-driven program should contain the subject selection, staff selection, and the timetable generation. So first, I'll be showing you the output of my program, followed by explaining the code. So this is the subject registration. First, we need to enter the register number. So as my register number is UR13CA096, I'll enter it. Here what we've done is we have created an event called the efunc. What it does is, as soon as the user enters the register number, we call the event, and as soon as it binds it shows the output as the register number has been entered. So now we move on to the menu-driven program that we have. We need to select the desired subjects from the menu that we have. So we select a few. Now we've got 4 subjects that we've already selected as shown above, that is data structures, Unix architecture, database and Java. Now after selecting those subjects, what we need to do is select the teachers so that we could create the timetable for the subject registration system. So for data structures, now I'll take Matthew Gurian sir, that is option 1. For Unix, we'll take Durga ma'am, that is option 2. For database, we'll take Grace Mary ma'am, that is option 1. And for the last subject, for Java, we'll take Mr. Bright sir, that is option 1. So as soon as we finish selecting the faculties for the subjects that we've already selected, we can see the current status over here, where we could see the subject followed by the teacher that or the faculty that we've selected, and below we can see the timetable that has been created for us according to the faculties that we have selected for each subject. So now I'll move on by explaining the code for the output that I've already shown. So this is my program where I've created the delegates. For the first one, I've given a parameter, that is a string, which is named as ID, which I'll be explaining you later on in the program. So these are the arrays that I'll require in my menu-driven program. The sub contains the subject name, and the second variable staff_name contains the staff name. The TT contains the timetable that has been generated for each subject, and this 2D array, that is TT1, contains the day that I'm selecting for the subject, and the second index stores the R that has been selected for the desired subject. And now this is the menu that the user is shown as soon as he enters his register number. So the student or the user needs to select from these subjects. As soon as he enters his choices, he is shown a different set of menus according to the subjects that he selected. So if the student selects data structure, he'll be shown a list of faculties that are under the data structure case. That is, if we move on to the code, I could explain you more. Like for data structure, there are 3 faculties who teach these subjects, like Matthew Gurian sir, Akila ma'am and Felix sir. So accordingly, the user or the student needs to select from these options to select the faculty for the data structure subject. So as soon as the student enters his choice, the menu-driven program moves on to the next subject. Like if we take an example that we took Unix architecture, we'll get a different set of faculties who teach that subject, and then accordingly we need to select the option. So the same steps are followed again and again until all the faculties for the desired subjects have been selected. So as soon as all the faculties and subjects have been selected, the timetable is generated successfully. So as I've shown you how my program is working, I'll conclude by explaining my main program. Here, P is an object that I've created for my class program, which is being pointed towards by the delegate R. As my program asks for the register number first, what I've done is I've created an event which is being called as soon as the user enters his register number. It shows an output that the register number has been entered as soon as the event has been binded. After which, the delegate, that is my first delegate, is being called by passing the student ID or the register number entered by the user, and accordingly the menu-driven program starts. My second delegate, what it does is it displays or stores the values that is being stored, that is the register number and the staff register numbers that have been stored as that are being selected by the user one by one. And what my third delegate does is it stores all the values and it checks the status of each subject that have been selected by the user. And so basically, after all the functions are being called and all the delegates are being used, the timetable is being generated and displayed in the program. So basically this is how my main function looks like, and I've shown you my program. I hope that's all. So thank you.